Hey everybody, this is Ahdoom coming right back at you with another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, where we have bounty hunters and occultists and antiquarians to level up to 6, and we've got to do that sometime before we finish the game, and now's as good a time as any. We're going to pick a short veteran map just to get a little bit of XP and hurry through things, as well as getting hopefully a few more crests to build up our stock of things, particularly for camping skills, which we're well behind the bell curve on. In terms of upgrades, Pont the Leper has a Sun Ring and a Fortunate Armlet. Montfort the Bounty Hunter is rocking a Sun Cloak and a Wounding Helmet. And Chauncey, the underused occultist, is rocking the full Sun Cloak the Sun outfit. And finally, Burdekin the Antiquarian is rocking a +5% to heal skills and +5 to dodge as a bag of marbles. Let's provision up and get in there. It's a short match, and it's in the Weald, so we aren't expecting to see too much unpleasantness. We'll just take one of the appropriate things as well as... yeah, one bandage. That should do us. That should do us. In fact, that's probably overkill. And let's get in there. While things are loading, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate the time you take to look through these things. I have a lot of fun making these. I hope you have some fun watching them as well. And just checked the analytics for the channel, actually, earlier today, and I wanted to say, hey, Aussies that watch this, thanks very much. You make up, like, solidly a third of the view time on this channel, so, thanks for stopping by.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Okie dokie. Now, we've got to complete 100% of rune battles in this one, so we're going to not shy off on this one, because nobody's going to know whether it's a rune battle or not, and doubling back would be a pain in the keister. Looking at the opening, we can look at either pulling someone in, we can probably get a close to insta-kill, or we can drop some Abyssal Artillery, and I think I'm going to drop some Abyssal Artillery, because reasons. Critical for 16, which is absolutely glorious, and this guy's down to 4 HP. Nicely done. 4 damage taken on the Antiquarian, and a bleed as well for 6 as time goes on. And you know what? I'll actually just faff the turn away with her dealing with that. Alternatively, I could try and drop 3 Blight in place somewhere. Probably go for the kill on the Frothing Madman. That isn't a bad call, to be honest. So that's 2 damage, and the Blight took, so he is dead in his first turn, which is just jolly good on my part, because I have no way of dealing with stress in a meaningful way. No disease taken, and a little bit of bleed damage. Rapid Rush again on the Antiquarian. She's definitely going to focus of healing with the Occultist in the next turn, particularly with that 4 bleed per turn coming through. Let's look at how I can do the most damage, the most effectively. Go for the guaranteed kill. Pretty high chance of getting the insta-kill though, regardless. Look, let's just guarantee the kill if we can. Less risk is better when it comes to this game. That is faux show. And a chop on the back row. Dodged, but that happens. That happens. If you could only see my face as he dodged, I would, you know... Rabies. Well, rabies gives me damage, but those bleeds are going to be a problem. Fortunately, the leper can self-heal without consequence. Man, 6 bleed. That's really prolific. Look, let's self-heal for 5 with the Antiquarian. That's getting her kind of halfway to where I want it to be. Going to leave things alone. Drop a weird reconstruction here, though. 16 up, and... no bleed. Fantastic. So all we have to do is weather out the 8 damage we're going to take in the next turn. Go for Collect Bounty on this guy here and axe him to death. Probably spend the turn faffing a self-heal through on the Leper, because he has some epic bleeds coming, unfortunately. Rapid Rush drops on the Occultist. 3 damage taken and a bleed as well. That's hinky, but there we go. Not going to spend the turn... I'm not going to spend the bandage on him. I'll just... suffer, pretty much. Suffer in silence. But I might actually just self-heal regardless. Could take him out, but I can rely on one of these 2 guys to do that for me instead, so let's drop a weirder construction on the Occultist there. No additional bleed, and we just have to weather that 2 damage as it comes through. We'll drop a self-heal, though, on the Leper, because, dear gosh. Alright, only 2 more damage left to go. We will do a self-heal on... I seem to be saying self-heal an awful lot. It's just because bleed damage makes me focus in on long-term survivability. Unfortunately, that chappy dodged, but we get the jump on him, and he's gone. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Fortunately, that shame didn't fall upon me in this particular instance. Bleeds have done their worst. We've gotten a free torch for ourselves, which we will use... well, actually, don't need to use it quite yet, which is a nice problem to have. Empty room though, so we'll be doubling back just to be a completionist. Again, because we have to complete 100% of room battles, we didn't know what was in here. It made sense to go down the forks. Normally I try and avoid the forks, not because I'm trying to avoid treasure, just because it's... the longer you're in the... I don't understand how hunger works. All I know is the longer I'm in the game, the more hunger checks I have, and I don't want to take chances with them. Gonna leave... Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, that's fine. Didn't get there in time, but it didn't punish me too much. That's fine. We'll probably use this food immediately. Yep. Great. And carrying on. We're in Radiant, which is fine. Torch battle. Sorry, Torch is up, so all of our abilities are just tickety-boo. We'll try and go for the insta-kill if we can, but we don't have a chance at one, so instead it is Abyssal Artillery time. No crits this time around, just 2 8s, but 2 8s aren't too shabby at all. Bit of stress for the Madman, but that's okay. We're all looking pretty fine for the moment. Rapid Rush, though, is dodged. Beautiful. Rapid Rush again. 2 damage, and the bleed does take, but that's okay. It's the highest hit point parry that we have. Whoop, 3 damage there on the Antiquarian, and that bleed also takes again, which is a slight problem, but that said, I have ways to get around that. In the meantime, I'm going to take the chance to take out that Rabbit Gnasher. And I will also follow through with a kill on... Oh, again, what is up with Pont's accuracy? That's becoming a frustrating and alarming trend. In fact, everyone's accuracy is a frustrating and alarming trend. What is up with these guys? Oh, crit 5, stress, and some pretty epic bleeds are now running on the Bounty Hunter. Doomsday drops down again, adding more stress, and in my turn, I might actually take a moment to figure out what the Sam heck is happening with everything. So, just a quick look through. Accuracy isn't modified in any meaningful way. Not seeing any like negative quirks that are going to affect things. It could just be that these guys are all 3s, and I'm in a 3-based environment, and they have a fundamentally better dodge because we're on the same level. Who knows? Anyway, self-heal there. Let's go for a chop there, and it's finally a kill made with him. 48 damage, which is just lovely. We'll need to think about where we're going to be dropping some heals in place. 8 damage down, 9 damage down, and again, he has a pretty heavy bleed load, so let's focus on getting him looking healthier. It's up by 15, and no additional bleed done, which is just fine by my books. Let's take down the Madman if we can. Nice. It's nice not to miss. It's nice not to miss. Again, I'm just so used to playing high-level parties with all the right upgrades and all the right trinkets that being on parity feels weird and difficult. Any case, let's weird reconstruction on the Antiquarian. Sorry there, I'll just have a quick sip of water. Delicious chilled water. Not the normal whiskey, but sometimes you have to live with what you got. Just put a bit more healing up on our friendly neighborhood Bounty Hunter. And let's do a quick check here. Yeah, plus 50% healing skills. Okay, my heal's just been running low. Alright, it's fine. Collect Bounty right here. It's a dodge. That's fine. Try it again with Leper. And that's the kill that we were looking for. We're all sitting pretty, and it's time to move on.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I think it's bandages that do this. Let's just double check now. Yep. And that really probably wasn't worth the bandage, but that's fine.
Paid for in blood.
Keep things going though. Yeah, 2 more damage coming through on the Bounty Hunter. I'm not too worried though. Let's see if we get any scouting out of this. I definitely need that. Ooh. We have a shovel problem. Let's head down this way. Let's head down this way first and hope the Curio gods are kind to me. No surprise this time around, which means I should probably focus on doing kill early if I can. Yeah. Alright, that's one. Web drops on the Occultist, which might hold me back slightly, but no, that stun does take. It's frustrating, but it's fair. Fortifying Vapor is on the Bounty Hunter just to top him up after his unpleasantness with the bleed. Can try and go for the stun. The resist is really good, but I can also just try and go for the kill, which I will do. Done.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And pressing on, we hit that barrier, which we knew was coming.
A blazing star is born.
And we're going to be entering into a battle room. Health is kind of okay. I could eat some food at this stage, but I'm not gonna because I think I'm going to be fine. I might regret that, but I think I'm going to be fine. 2 enchantresses, 2 grabbers, and we get the jump on them as well, which just makes life lovely. Abyssal Artillery on the back row, and does some really healthy damage back there. We can probably follow things up with a chance for a kill, or a minor heal. Or a guard. Look, let's get the damage in while we can. Only 7 put through, but that puts us in a pretty good place next time around. Hook and Slice gives me no chance at all for a kill. Could go for a stun though, and that stun would run knockback as well, which could come in very, very, very handy. Let's give it a try. 3 damage done, and that move, resist, was not enough. What I'll do though, because this has 1 hit point, is I'll drop an Intimidate, which should kill one, debuff the other, and makes the most effective use of the turns that I have. Great dodge, probably largely because of that debuff. Eldritch Push might cause me some problems, but we dodge that one too, and that's the round in terms of what they get out of it. Stressful Incantation though does drop the Antiquarian. Lovely dodge. Lovely, lovely dodge. And let's go for yet another Abyssal Artillery there. Boom, 6 damage and 6 damage. 2 hit points left on the Enchantress, and I think I've got a good chance to get the kill in. These guys have relatively high blight resist, this one doesn't, so that speaks for all the stressors we have to worry about. And now, what's your bleed resist? Your bleed resist is really low. Let's Hook and Slice. It's 1 damage done, and the bleed did take. Harmless Swipe drops down from a distance, but he gets to advance as a result. Let's drop a chop. Could clear some corpses as well. That doesn't actually play into my favor. Let's drop a chop. 14 damage, and not too shabby at all. And a gripping swipe drops down, 4 damage. But no other consequences, very, very fortunately. We'll probably look for... Well, how much damage can we possibly do with this? Not amazing amounts of damage. Let's just drop another Abyssal Artillery. Nice, nice, nice. 8 hit points left. And in the interim, we'll drop a bit of a Healing Vapor on the... Oh, beautiful critical there on the Bounty Hunter. 1 more Hook and Slice just to try and get these bleeds to where I want them to be. Great, that's 8 damage, and he's dead this next turn. Fantastic. Gripping Swing for 2 damage. And no blights. Very, very lovely. And time for again on the chop. That chappy is a goner, and I have no additional moves left. Nice. No shovels coming through, which is a bit disappointing, but sometimes that's how it goes. Gonna leave that Shambles Altar the hell alone. Hell alone. And a Rune Battle in place. Bloodletter, a Cutthroat, and a Fusilier, which looks quite nice to me, actually. Abyssal Artillery open things up. Beautiful critical for 16. That is absolutely lovely. Blanket Fire does get a chance to go in place, though, but it is dodged by all. It's a quadruple dodge. It is an everything dodge. Can try and go for the kill here, and we may as well. We could try and get some damage over time started in the front rows, but this is only 3 blight per turn, so kill is a good call, even if he's already had his turn in place. We can certainly drop a bleed in place, and that isn't going to be necessarily a bad call, but we also have some good damage that can be done with Finish Him. Give the chance for a kill, we'll take it. Boom. That's a right call to make. This is Ahdoom's mantra for Darkest Dungeon. If you can kill them in their turn, do it. Don't spread your damage. Focus, focus, focus. Stun if you can't kill, and kill if you can't stun. Let's get that chop going, but what we might just do as well is start to debuff this guy. It's 8 damage taken, and a debuff to accuracy and damage as well, which is pretty hefty. 9 damage returned back on the leper, but again, he can self-heal, and I'm not overly worried. What I will do, though, is drop in that Blight now. Or resisted it, but his Blight resist has been reduced. Take the turn to self-heal with the leper, though. 10 up, as well as some nice complementary buffs. Could look at doing heals, but I'm not going to. Instead, let's do a sacrificial stab. 12 damage, very nice. We'll use the Antiquarian's turn to do minor heals, because we really only have minor damage to deal with. 23 damage for the Bounty Hunter, which is absolutely fantastic. Point blank shot, though, gets dodged. Thank you, debuff. Thank you so much, debuff. Only one more turn left of that, though, so we're going to have to make it count, and... yeah, let's just finish things off. Nice. So we got that shovel that we were looking for, so we can keep adventuring if we want. I'm going to use the Antiquarian and open the heirloom chest. Don't know if the Antiquarian makes a difference, but in my headcanon...
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
But in my headcanon, Antiquarians should be the ones delving for treasure. Once again, going to leave that Shambler altar the hell alone. That's don't want to... No Shamblers right now. No Shamblers. I will get brave enough to deal with Shamblers. In fact, I could just be being overprepared. Like, I'm known for being overprepared when it comes to games. And that's fine. I like to win decisively. That's just how I play. If I can help it. Because normally I'm underprepared by accident or folly. And I get penalized for it. So, anyway, let's see what we have here. Towering Ectoplasm and an Enchantress. Enchantresses are always good fun to deal with, especially if we can stab them in the face. What we might just do instead, though, is look to drop a Blight down on her. Great, 2 damage with more to come. The debuff was resistant, though. Follow on with a Sacrificial Stab. 11 damage, which means that we are still 3 hit points away from getting the kill that we want. What we'll do then is... Your move resist is pretty high. Let's just finish her off. Crit for 29. Well, his stress isn't going to be anything to have to worry about. And Antiquarian, I can't speak for. Ectoplasm is the chance to respawn. No chance for an insta-kill on chain attacks, but we will be able to take down the Little Bubbly. Crit for 48 as well, which removes the corpse. And everyone's stress goes down just a little bit. Follow on with... Well, I mean, we said that we're going to focus the Antiquarian's turn on minor heals, which is exactly what we're going to do now. Let's start with the Occultist, up by 5, so he should be topped up nicely. Moving on, we'll drop a Sacrificial Stab there, 11 damage. Honestly, for a little jab with a knife, it works so damn well. Chance for a stun is relatively attractive, even though it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. Could just do more damage with Collect Bounty, which is what we're going to do. Only 7, maybe not the right call, but it is how it is. Let's drop a chop. 13 damage done and only 20 HP left. Big Slime drops the Antiquarian for 11, which is pretty epic, and her speed is reduced as well quite prodigiously. Let's run a self-heal because it came up first. Obviously, it's going to be the Occultist that takes things through the rest of the way. Dropping some more damage. Crit of 19. Wow. And weird reconstruction on the Antiquarian. Up by 7. Unfortunately, that bleed is going to take away most of that healing goodness. 7 damage on the Bounty Hunter, but no other consequences, and let's finish things off. Now,
Cursed champion falls. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Now, crests are pretty valuable for me. I've got a speed debuff, which I may as well get rid of. Let's do that, and we have a free slot when the thicket goes down. Nicely done. We seem fine for food. So I'm just going to leave us enough for 2 food checks. And again, I'm going to be less worried about... Alright, that's okay. You can be greedy for coin. That is kind of your job. As long as I get to keep the loot, I have no complaints.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Now we know there are no more battle rooms. You don't have to be concerned about that. All we have to do is look for any corridor curios that might be worthwhile. It's a trap, as Admiral Akbar said, but it's a stress trap. Resists that blight, which is just fine. First hunger check, as expected. We'll probably need to have a little bit of time in the bar or the abbey
The stuff is only the first test.
with the Antiquarian.
Now it must be carried home.
But no worries there. Sometimes you have to spend money to keep you guys in the game, and that's completely fine by me. That's us done.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle.
And let's see how everything came out in the wash. Pretty healthy stack of change there. It's a solid 16.5k, which is pretty good for a veteran-based round. Obviously, the Antiquarian does help a lot, as you can see there with all the stacks of minor antiques. On the crest side of things, it's going to be 36 crests, 12 deeds, and 2 portraits as a whole through, which is quite nice. We get some jumps up to level 4, quite a few actually. Pont is up with a Guilty Conscious and Second Wind. Not too bad as a mix, and I can get rid of Guilty Conscious relatively cheaply. Nymphomania, well, you are a bounty hunter, you need that money for something, I'm sure. Chauncey is still level 4, but picks up the Yips as well as Weapon Tinker, and Burdekin does upgrade to level 4 just barely, which once I have a chance to drop some weapons upgrades, will make her a little bit more survivable.
Know the tragic extent of my failings.
In the interim, we get rid of Wasting Sickness off of MV Padaville, which is kind of overdue. A couple of quirks have been removed because I've had the cash to do so, and no other surprises or other things to worry about. I have some upgrades to make off camera, just a general bit of back of house faffing around. In the meantime, this has been great fun to make. Thank you guys so much for watching it. I have a lot of fun playing this game. I hope you share my enthusiasm for it as much as I'm kind of being a bit tentative about things towards the end. I'm not sure if I'm kind of like spacing things out so I get a full experience actually finishing this game for the first time, whether I'm just a bit afraid of going into the Darkest Dungeon one more time. In any case, I will finish up this episode now. I'm Ahdoom. Like this video if you've liked it. Hit that sub button if you want to get more of these videos every day. Go through the complete playlist to see how we've gotten to here, and in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.